My name is Nathaniel G. Raley, spelled R-A-L-E-Y. I was born on the 13th of September, 1922, in Demopolis, Alabama. Well, this is the P-38. The nickname or whatever was the Lightning. It's built by Lockheed Aircraft. Okay. It has only one person on board. That's the pilot. That was me. Okay. And frankly, I like being alone. I wanted to be alone. And there were typically 12 planes on a squadron. The cockpit was rather small. I could stretch out my elbows and touch that side, and I'm only 5 feet 7 inches tall, but I could sit up like this, and my head would hit the top. Somebody burst into my tent, maybe 10 o'clock in the morning, and said, Nat, there's a mission on. It's a dive bombing mission. So I dashed out of the tent. I failed to put on my gun belt with my .45 automatic. Now that's the first time I looked out on a few things. Normally I believed in carrying that .45 automatic. Also, there's a canteen of water on there. And I forgot it, but that might have saved my life. I believe in being armed, personal, but this might have saved me. But anyhow, I went out and I was just flying through. The cloud level was maybe, base of the clouds was below the mountaintops, which is not very good for dive bombing. I got my squadron off in about 5 minutes and started out, and I just started going, wiggling my way through some mountain valleys and passes. But then someone yelled in the radio, "Raley, they're hitting you," and my left engine was on fire. And the temperature indicator just went just like that. But I feathered the engine, and I got away from there, but eventually got over another flak battery, and they finished me off. And I got out of the airplane, and my body headed for the left, so towards the left tail, since it was the left engine not running, and it went a little bit that way. I was somersaulting head over heels, and so the ground looked awfully close, so I just pulled the ripcord. And I thought the chute would never open, but it actually opened in 2 or 3 seconds. And then it popped open, and then I could see blood falling. And I looked up to see where it's coming from and realized, that's me. I'm bleeding. And I came to rest. They were to my back, these soldiers, because I'd landed maybe 50 yards from where a whole lot, on the edge of a little town, a village, that apparently the Germans had their soldiers quartered in there. And then they ran out and grabbed me. And at first, on the level of the rifles, I thought they were going to shoot me. 2 soldiers ran out and grabbed me on each arm and started dragging me back. And they stood me against a masonry wall and then started forming a line out here. And I thought they were going to make an execution out of this thing. And I think they were. And I don't think this was a mock execution. They were mad. And then, but about the time, when they were playing with their rifles, getting loaded and all that, a German non-com came up and just waved his arm, and they went away. He asked me, was I badly wounded? And I said, no, I thought I just had flesh wounds. And he said, he started to get out his own personal first aid kit. And he said, I think I better wash off the blood first. But anyway, then they did take me to a doctor. And then the doctor put on some more professional. Then they brought out a plate of meat and potatoes. I think they were enjoying having an American pilot. and I started right off. Whenever food is offered, eat it. You don't know when the next meal is coming. Then I went on. From there, I believe I was taken by a staff car. I thought, this is driven by a German officer. This is going to be real, maybe it's not so bad. Anyhow, we wound up at a local jail. When I left the jail, which was the next day, I went to a transient prison, but I missed the one meal of the day, so this was the beginning of my hunger business. Then from there, I was taken to a church the next day, a church, which was used as a holding place for prisoners. Then I spent one day there. I think I missed the meal there, so that's bad. Then that night I was taken by truck to a prison near the town of La Lorena, which is 30 miles or so southeast of Florence. And I spent a month there, and it was, I don't use curse word, but it was a hellhole. And we'd get half a canteen cup of very watery soup twice a day and once on Sunday. Then we got to, I spent 3 nights in a boxcar without food or water, going from there to a prison near Munich, Moosburg to be exact. That was Stalag 7A. I spent 2 months there. And the food was a little bit better there. There's no such thing as a nice prison, but it was less bad than the one I had just left. So I wound up in solitary confinement, and my cell was solid concrete, and there were 2 items in there. One was a bench, wooden bench, no pillow, no mattress, no cover, no blanket, no nothing. The other was a bucket. That was a sanitary facility.